Hello to all. This is my first video called Basics of Blender. I want to show you the really first part of learning Blender. And we begin with the windows. You see them. Here is one, here is another, and there are two. You can change them all when you grab it. Hold the left mouse button and move your mouse to that direction. Do you want to track these windows? You can make it with the other and with this one, no problem at all. At the first start, when I started in Blender, I had the problem that I click here on these little lines and hold the left mouse button, and oh, there was another window. And so I make it on and on, and all is over with windows. And I asked me, how can I clean that? Yeah, make that not happen. Uh, Undo that. And I try, where's the X? There is no X like that. That's Blender. Blender, you must hold the left mouse button at the first window, hold the mouse button and move it to the right. Now you see an arrow, a white arrow on this window, and when you let the mouse button go, then it disappears, the other window. Principle, you can make as much windows as you want. Feel free to find your own style. Um, so we had the windows, how to open, how to close. Then in this is the 3D view. That is here. You can see that 3D viewport, and there is something special, and I will show you that. Here's a little plus, and here's a little plus. When you click there, you have here on this side a toolbar with there you can change the object data like rotating, scaling, and so on. There are many of tools. When you want to hide this, press T on your keyboard or T again, like you want. The other plus is the property of this 3D view. Here you find the location of an object in the axis, and all other stuff for the view, where it starts, where it ends, the position of the 3D cursor, the display. It's important in many things, and yeah, motion tracking, background images. You can hide them with pressing N, like new N, and you can make the same like the toolbar. So the important thing to know is at first I started with Blender. I tried to click that with the left mouse button, this little shit thing there, this 3D model, but nothing happens. And I asked me why. Because forget the left mouse button in the 3D view when you work with objects. You must click it with the right mouse button. With the right mouse button, you can select all in the 3D view. This is called the outliner. Here you see the scene, this scene, and what is in this scene. We see here there's a world, that is the gray one here. That's the world. You can change it, make there a garden or something else, a picture in the background for this world values. Then you see here that is our camera. We can view with them and zoom and all the other stuff like a real camera. And she's for rendering to its logic. Then we have here a lamp that you can change it. There's sun, spot, area lights, point lights. There are many things you can do with that. You see here the direction of the sun where they fall down. And the last thing in this scene is this here. This is a plane. A plane is a flat ob object with no deep. Yeah, it has four corners, and that's all. Okay, so that's the outliner. Here you see all the materials and what you build there. All apply is there. Yeah, and this little things here is this eye, and when I click on this eye, you see the plane is gone. She is there, the plane, but you can't see them. When I click again, it appears. Disappear, appear. That's like the whole with the other things. It's the same. And that is the camera. The camera is for rendering. Yeah, for rendering camera. And here you can say, oh, I want this cube. This is with the camera, but I don't want the plane in the rendering. So you can take them out of the scene. You see them, but in the rendering you don't see them. Okay, that is this symbol. Good. Now the principles. Here is the menu line. Sometimes they is hidden um, like other stuff, yeah. But you can plug them in like I showed you. So you see here normally menu as in many programs. It is for a new scene or picture. For open old ones, for recover last sessions and so on, save, also the normal things. So this is a little bit special. I talk to you later or this in the detail. This is at the start. We must build our own desktop table. Yeah, you must set some values like you want to. It's easier to work with some values from there. Okay, so that is for the rendering. Rendering is when objects like when you get a real camera and then you take a picture. That is the rendering. The rendering is not only with a staying object. It can move also, and you can render the moving of objects, all that you can imagine. You can render. You can render whole films. You can make sound to it. Can make games in Blender. There is no restriction. You can all make in Blender. But you must take care for the words that are the points. Blender is not so strong. 100,000 points, then you got problems with the viewing. It is then not so fast. It is then with stuttering. Yeah, also nothing good. Normally I say 10,000, 20,000 is a good value for models. Yeah, in low poly, in high poly, yeah, 100,000 is maximum. So okay, you see, you're asked how can we rotate this like I do here? Is when you're in this, that's important, in this window. When you're at another window, that don't include that. No? Okay, so when we hold the middle mouse button here in this window and drag the mouse to left, right, or up or down, you can change the view with that. When you release the middle mouse button or release at this point, okay. So when you roll the mouse wheel, then you can zoom on or off, so you can go in this 3D view. When you want to go to the left, for example, you press, you hold down on the keyboard the left shift and the middle mouse button too. Hold them both, and then you can drag the mouse left and right. That is without rotation. When you only use the middle mouse wheel, then you rotate. With shift and the middle mouse button, you can drag them from left to right and other. Okay. So here are many editings for other. Blender is in many programs. One program is for game logic, for example, one for motions, like springing or jumping motions for capturing or something. Scripting, there you can program in Python. UV editing, that's too heavy to explain that in a moment. That comes later. That is for video editing. You can make sound there, videos, you can cut them, make them longer, shorter. That is our default window. That is what we see here. And the other, there's one for animation and so on. Compositing is heavy part of Blender that comes later. So here we have scenes. That is one scene. Scene is like this one. You can build an level 1 for a game, like something, or for an animation, and the second part or level you can make another scene. So you have two scenes then here, with other objects in, and you can make it like a film, first part 1, then first part 2, and so on and so on. Okay, so for the starting, you simply have the basics now. From the view, that is something important. When you want easy to look from the top to the model, then you have on the keyboard, on the new numpad, the 7. Then you look from the top, that you see there, top view is that. And when you make string, hold string and press 7, then you see it from below, from the bottom. You see it here. When you press the 4 on the numpad, that is the user view. That is like you look at that. The number 1 is for the front view, shift and 1 from the back view. The 3 is the right orthographic view, and string 3 is the left view. Okay, what is this ortho? Ortho is like you look on the object straight from the front. You can't see, is it a cube or is it a plane, because you look from straight front. So when you want to see the real 3D, you press on num key the 5, and so you have a perspective view. Now you see it real, the 3D. Yeah, the 3D is correct. So what can we do with that? We have an object, and with the tab key on the keyboard, we can get in an edit mode. When you press it again, you're in the object mode. Now we are in the object mode. When we press tab, we are in the edit mode. Here you can change the object. you can add things, you can subtract things, you can deform them, and so on, all you can imagine. So we see here we can edit the points, the lines, or the face. So when we get the point, with the right mouse button, think on it, you can click the only words. One point is called words, one word. And you can see here the axis of this point, of this word. You can hold the left mouse button on the arrow and hold and move the mouse so you can change the word position in the x-axis. So hold it on the green one, that is the y-axis, that is for front and back, and the blue one is for up and down, to edit this position of the point. You can not only change point, you can change the position of the edge, it's called edge, one edge. You can make it up, down, left, right, and so on. And the whole face you can manipulate with that. Arrows, that are the axes. You see here the blue one is the C axis, the Y axis, and the X axis. You see that there. Okay, so we had these three polygon types, yeah, and we have here a world. This world is a global view that we see here. We see it global, all in there we see. And here you can change it to different other types, like local, that is now the axis only from the local, not from the whole world axis, only from the local object, the axis. And here you can take others, but that we make later. So for the starting, it's important you can, in the edit mode, you can add some objects. Here are planes, cubes, circles, spheres, cylinders, and so on, much more. Don't wondering, there are some menus, they aren't by you, because there are add-ons that I make in. I will make another tutorial of how to get which one and which is good and bad and so on. Okay, but when you click here, you can make a cone there, you can change it like before. You can go out of the edit mode too, and then you are in the object mode, also press tab, you're out of, and you can put an object there. Where is this cursor? It's the 3D cursor. You can click left in the picture, so you can position, so you can take the position of that. And where is this 3D cursor? There will be put in the object that you will make there. Okay, we have here, we want to make a mesh, like example cylinder. Here you get some values of the cylinder, like the vertices from this. You can turn it up and down, and then you see there is a triangle or more. Don't make too much, because the thing on the words. Yeah. You can change the radius, smaller, bigger. Here are values to change this object. That is with the other the same. Okay. That is for the start. When we have an object with the right mouse button selected, you can press X on the keyboard, and then you can delete objects. They are together in one, because we plug in this, we added this type of object in the edit mode. Then it is one object with other objects in. That is one object, but with other objects in it. Okay, I think for the start it is okay. Here in every window you see these little buttons that are there. You can change what is in this window to see. When I want this one, that is the button for this type, yeah, and for the outliner. And when I want here the outliner, so I click here and get the outliner. Here is the outliner. Then you see the outliner here. When I want the 3D view here, I click there on the button and say the 3D view. Then here is the 3D view. So you can put all there like you want. For the start, don't think about that all. That is for games and for movies and special things. Yeah, that's nothing for start. Okay. So, thank you for watching. Next time we see more. Okay, have many fun. Thanks. Bye.